Hi YouTube, welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. Today's topic may contain spoilers, but I wanted to um, bring forth an issue that I didn't care for. Yes, it was on a reality TV show, but it goes a little bit deeper than what we saw on TV. I know not everybody watches the reality Housewives, but that's one of my guilty pleasures. And after what I saw happen on, I think it was like maybe two episodes back, I think I might be done with the Beverly Real Housewives of Beverly Hillbillies. And what happened was it was the Calamity Jane episode where Erica was drunk. And I'm going to stop right there. Um, I don't know. I think some people use I was drunk as an excuse to be nasty or say, what is already in their hearts. So she's drunk. And let me backtrack just a little bit. If you're not familiar with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the lady that used to play Fancy on the Jamie Foxx show is now on that show. And her name is Garcelle Bouveau. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Well, this episode, she was having a birthday blowout bash, and quite a few people that aren't ordinarily on that show was at her party. I mean, I saw Sherry Shepherd and Lonnie Love and Azza from Sun Shawls of Sunset, and quite a few other people that's in the entertainment industry. So anyway, Garcelle's children are there, obviously. So her oldest son is there, and Erica started with him first. He's a grown man, married, I believe, and Erica said, offered him like a threesome, and it was very inappropriate. And I just wonder how Erica would feel if Garcelle had hit on her grown son like that. But I'm gonna get it. It's gonna get worse. So Garcelle's son, he kind of laughed it off. Look at the crazy drunk lady, and went on about his business. But it was insulting that he called his wife, that Erica called his wife a baby mama. I think he's married to that woman. So that's a stereotype right there. So let's fast forward to a little bit later in the episode. So they're all packing up to leave. Well, not everybody, but Garcelle is, getting ready to leave. So I guess she sent one of her twin sons, who's 14, to retrieve her some flowers. And they were over there by Erica. Erica looks up and she said, just get the F out of here. And you can clearly see that that 14-year-old young man was not used to being spoken to like that. And even the people that was sitting with Erica was like, did this woman really just talk to this child like that? And that just rubbed me the wrong way on so many levels. And one reason why it rubbed me the wrong way is because we are all aware that white people do not view black children as actual children or innocent. And Erica was so out of pocket to talk to a 14-year-old like that. And especially knowing she would not have spoken to anybody else's child like that. That's the main thing. She would not have spoken to Kyle's daughter like that. Even if Kyle had a 14-year-old son, I don't believe she would have spoke to him like that. And so later, Kyle, her husband, Dorit, her husband, they're all sitting around. This is after the party, yucking it up and laughing about the situation. And Kyle's husband, Maurizio, says, I'm glad Erica spoke to him like that. What? And I was always sort of partial to Maurizio. He's supposed to be like the quote unquote hottest housewife's husband. But after that, I view them all. I'm not surprised, honestly. I'm not surprised. But actually seeing it in action, it was just so disgusting. And then for them to laugh about it, and they all have children. And if anybody remembers the episode where, and I can't remember who asked Erika about her grown son who's 30 plus, Erika had a meltdown. Don't you ever talk about my son again. But this witch told a 14-year-old to get the F out of here. Seriously? It just rubbed me the wrong way. Now I'm going to switch gears a little bit and say why I felt like Erika felt comfortable enough to do it. Now, y'all ain't gonna like this, but it's something that there are societal things that I would like to speak about, particularly in our culture, that I just really never touched the topic on, but I'm going to touch it here. We as Black women, a lot of times, raise our own children and view our own children as young as 3 and 5 as little adults. And typically there's nothing wrong with that. I've seen other cultures kind of, they speak, they speak to their children, in an intelligent manner, and, the kids might come off as intelligent because they're book read, or, their parents exposed them to museums and nature hikes and stuff like that. But in our community, we view grown as because you know how to string some curse words together, or what the latest alcohol drinks are. There's a difference in being grown when it comes to our community versus other communities. And going back to what I said, the fact that Erika felt it was okay to talk to a 14-year-old young man like that, when I don't believe she would have spoken to any of the other cast members' children like that. And she spoke to the young man like that because she did not view him as a child. And that's where the danger comes in, because the police officers out there don't view a 14-year-old Black young man as a child. They view him as a menace and a monster and stuff like that. And I had so much to say on this topic. Matter of fact, I did another video about this yesterday, but I ended up deleting that because I was on my way to work, and I kind of just rushed through it. But I just wanted to touch on that. It was such an ugly situation, should not have happened. And if you get a chance, check out my other videos. And I would like to add, if you are a Housewives watcher, this is typically not my channel. So I don't want you to subscribe thinking I'm going to talk about, the Housewives all the time, because I don't. I usually talk about relationships and, the Black community. Well, I haven't really touched that yet because that's just a hotbed topic in and of itself. But I hope you all have a great day. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, but only after you've watched my other videos and see if we vibe. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.